We are live. Okay. Here we go.
Oh.
My page. Uh-oh, that's not what I wanted. Where am I? There I am. Okay, can you still see me?
Yep.
Okay. So welcome to our first call together. We're really excited to talk to you ladies tonight. So first I'm going to kind of start off a little backstory about me, and then I'm going to hand the mic over virtually. So my story is I'm actually a full-time optometrist, and I've spent the last 5 years trying to find my ideal job. I'm drowning in student loan debt still, so it's not like a magical thing that just disappeared. And I've ended up at 3 different companies where I was overworked and underpaid. And that pretty much led to me eating really, really poor because either it was something really quick or I just didn't eat at all. So, and then I would like scarf food down when I get home from work because I was so hungry from not eating. So with the long hours and commutes, stopping in the drive-thru became more of a routine than I'd like to admit. And I have tried at-home workouts, but really never completed them. I paid for a gym membership and felt awkward going. I didn't really know what I was doing. I'd get on the elliptical for 20, 25 minutes, like ride the bike for 20, 25 minutes, and then go through a couple lifting machines and really wasn't working anything. I even did some of like the silly 3-day military diets, which I mean, I didn't even like tuna at the time, so I was like forcing it down. Now I like it, but then I didn't. And my weight just yo-yoed. So last summer, I was randomly added to a nutrition group on Facebook by a friend of mine, and I really didn't even pay attention to it. Like, I didn't know why I was in this group. Like, people just add you to groups all the time. And then the girl that was in charge of it kept sending me messages, and I'm like, I ignored every one of them. I don't know who she was. I didn't know who she was. I didn't want in her group. Like, I didn't know how I ended up there, but I kind of like never left, so I just stayed there. And in May, let's see, it was around May of last year, I stepped on the scale and I saw a number that scared me. I'd never seen a number over 170, and I was closer to that 200 mark than I'd like to be. And I knew with like the family history that I had of high blood pressure and diabetes, cholesterol, heart problems, all of those things just put me at greater risk, and that I knew I needed to take action, but I really didn't have the motivation to do so. I really felt like I don't have time for that. Like, I'm just so busy with work. I can't afford a personal trainer or anything like that. Like, I just didn't have the motivation, and I just kept putting all the excuses first. So I feel like the stars kind of aligned at that moment, and God knew I was struggling. So he sent that random girl one last time, and she offered me a free 2 weeks of workouts with a new program that was actually launching around the beginning of June. So I signed up and went all in for the 2 weeks. I meal planned, I meal prepped. I just was like, I have to do this. And I had amazing results. In 2 weeks, I think I lost like 6, almost 7 pounds, and I just felt better. And I saw these other girls like showing up, and it just kept motivating me to show up because I played sports my whole life. And so I said, oh, these girls are doing their workouts. Like, okay, I got to get mine in now too. Because I would see the scroll on the groups and to see them all showing up. So after that first 2 weeks, I decided to continue. I bought a package, and the first month, I really didn't really pay attention, but then I realized my migraines had gone from every single day to just a few, and I felt more energy. I was less foggy, and of course I was just feeling more confident because I was losing the weight and I was getting stronger, and I could feel that. And that's when I kind of decided that I need to share how I felt and help others feel the same. So that's when I kind of started to dabble in the coaching business. And basically at that point, just wanted my products covered. And that's kind of where I've spent about a year, was just paying for my stuff that I was buying and helping a few people here and there. In June this past year, I attended our big Coach Summit, which is just a huge, huge event, and it's amazing. And I mainly went because I earned my free ticket, but that moment was the biggest change of my life. Just hearing the stories and seeing the financial and the weight loss success. And I knew in that moment that this was so much greater than me. And I immediately was drawn to do more in the business. So now this is something like I still love my full-time job, but this is kind of like found my ideal job, something that I could do from home, and that in the future when we want to start a family, like I can still bring in money even when I'm not working. And when I'm on maternity leave, it's something that I can still do from home. It's just giving me so much more confidence to find my ideal job in my full-time job as well. And that I am just so thankful for, because I don't think I would have had the confidence to say yes to those opportunities presented if it wasn't for coaching and working on my personal development. That's pretty much my story. And we're going to introduce you to Alora and talk to you a little bit more about our sisterhood and becoming an influencer. And I will hand it over.
Awesome. Do you want me to tell my story a little bit too, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you are. Okay, I can see you again.
You can see me. Hi. Hi, my name is Alora Graham, and actually I have a pretty similar story to Tiffany. So in high school, I was very athletic. I ran track. I never actually really had to worry about my weight growing up. I was always just super athletic, and if I wanted to eat something, I would just go run it off. And then college hit, and I found, I can kind of start eating whatever I want because I'm, not under my parents' roof anymore. So that kind of some bad eating habits started, and then I had to work and go to school full time. And so then similar, I just started eating, fast food and whatever I could to fit it in between classes and things like that. So that's when I initially started gaining weight. And then like every summer during, summer break, I would lose all the weight doing some random, workout program or going to the gym. But then that next year I would just gain it all back. Mm-hmm. And more, like each year just kept getting more and more. Eventually got married, and so then I ended up being a newlywed, going to school full time and working full time. And so similar, history of not eating great, stopping by McDonald's every morning. And I was like, I'm good. I'm just going to have just an Egg McMuffin. I won't do the hash brown, things like that. And like still every single morning it like added up. And so then I graduated from college and still continued with some pretty bad eating habits because those had developed over the years, and I wasn't as active because now I'm working at a desk job and commuting and things like that. So I'd get home and I was just like exhausted. I'm pretty sure I took a nap like every single day I got home. And so I'd take a nap and we'd make dinner and go to bed, and that was kind of it. And then you do that same routine again. And so yeah, I just remember being so tired, like I needed a nap every day. And then I found out last October, I was having a lot of like back pain and like upper neck pain. And so I went to a chiropractor and found out that I had started developing arthritis in my back, and I had some not so great looking discs from basically living a sedentary life. And so I was like, oh no, like I'm turning 30 next year. I need to get my butt into gear and figure this out. Especially since like we want to start having kids soon. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with a pregnancy with like a messed up back and overweight. And like, no, that's not good. It took me a couple months because I was like, that was last October, and then the holidays hit and everything. And I was just like, I kept pushing it off. And I was like, I'll just wait. I'll just start in January. That's fine. Well, between October and December, I gained more weight. I gained another 6 pounds. So that's like 2 pounds a month, which I'm 5'3". And at that point, like when I hit my highest, I was 210. So that was not okay. So I finally was just like, my coach kept reaching out to me like, hey, I see that you're watching my stories on Instagram. Like, do you want to join us? And I'd be like, no, like I'm good. Or I'd join the challenge group and then I would just not do anything just because I wanted to just be like, get you off my back. Like, yeah, I'll join, but I'll just sit there and you guys work out and I won't do it. So that happened like the whole between like October and December. It's super embarrassing, but she totally knows. But I was just like, I started afresh in this last January. And honestly, I was just like, I signed up for an 80-day program and I was like, there's no way I'm going to finish 80 days. Like, I'm going to start it and I'll probably like fall off like I normally do. But why not? It's, New Year resolution, might as well try it. So then 3 weeks in, I think I made it 3 weeks in, I got invited to one of these coaching calls about like what to do or like what coaches do and things like that, because she invited me and because I actually was starting to show up in all those challenge groups. And she's like, hey, like we're doing a new coach call, like you want to find out like what it is that I do, because you're doing really awesome. And I was like, all right, because I said yes, because I always say yes. And then it just like clicked for me. I was just like, you know what? Like I could use that extra, I don't know, I could use that discount because I would like to get my product paid for. So sure, like let's do this. And then I signed up because I had like made it actually like 3 weeks into a program, and before, like I don't even think I made it that far. So I was like, all right, I've done 3 weeks so far. Like that's more than I ever did before. So let's try this. And it stuck. I've been doing it since then. And I've been a coach since then full-time. Well, not full-time, but almost. But doing that and working. And so far, I've lost almost 30 pounds. And I think coaching was kind of like that catalyst to help me continue my journey, but then also inspire other people to be on theirs. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, but that's my story. And I'm super excited to be here, and I'm nervous. Sorry, I'm turning like super red, but and then do you want me to go ahead and go into what it is that we do?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I was muted there for a minute, guys. My dogs were barking. Sorry.
That's okay.
So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the actual coaching part now that you guys have a little backstory on us. We'll go to that part next.
Okay. So, I mean, I think I've touched on some of these with my story because it actually like is like legit. It is what's helped me, and it's like that ripple effect. It just helps so many other people. So we're going to give you 4 reasons why you want to become a lifestyle influencer on our teams. And so there, maybe all 4 of these will apply to you, maybe just one. But the really cool thing is like we have such an amazing sisterhood, and we're just super excited to share that with you because that is another super special thing about what it is that we do. That like you can't go on Pinterest and just like do workouts because you don't have like this community behind you. Yeah.
I was just gonna interject on that one real quick. Like we didn't even know each other up until was that like 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago, yeah. Yep.
So it's just that sisterhood where you just find someone and you connect, and you share like a similar story and you're building towards a similar goal, and you just build friendships that will honestly last, I'm sure, a lifetime. And it's just amazing. That sisterhood part of it is just amazing.
And it's not something like I thought I was missing in my life until like I started doing this. I was like, this is something that's been missing. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. Okay, so I've already touched on this, but reason number 1 why you want to become a lifestyle influencer is for your own accountability. So you might be thinking like, if I'm going to be a lifestyle influencer, like why do I need accountability? And it's because we're all human and we are all like here to kind of like hold a higher standard to ourselves and to other people. And so that helps keep us accountable, showing up on our journey to inspire other people to be on there. So that is number 1. So number 2 is our sisterhood, because it is such an incredible community of women. Many of us, like we've said, have gone from like complete strangers to best friends. I know people who've like been in each other's weddings, and it's just super, super cool to see like all of these like relationships like blossom. So we're all so different, but at the same time, like we do have like this like core of like the same goals and the same, I don't know, desires for your life and things like that. And then, yeah, so we want more, we want to empower people, and we want to just be there to like lift each other up in like really hard times, and even in the good times. I don't know, it's just really, really neat. And one of the other cool things, I mean, like how Tiffany and I met was on a leadership retreat.
Yes.
And so that's another cool thing, is like we get to do vacations together and meet new people. And so it's just been really cool to go on these trips. I also went to Summit, and that was also something that was really fun and just clicked. And you're like, yes, I believe like 100% in what we do. And so that is something that we can also talk about, because we'll have another one coming up this summer. So
yeah, for sure. So I've always had a desire to kind of travel and want to see places too. And this has given me that opportunity for sure more than once, which is awesome. Reason number 3 is basically because you just want more in life. Like you already kind of touched on that too. And it's just so funny how everything just interconnects a little bit. But like you look and you see other people enjoying life and freedom and all these things, and I know I've wanted that, like traveling and things like that. And I just knew that there was something more calling me, and also just more as far as like finding my thing. Like my husband has his, like, I call it his guide tribe, but he has the fire department. That's been something he's been passionate about since he was 16, and just being there. And I didn't have that like girl tribe, and I was like looking for that, and I found it in the most random of ways. And number 4 would be the business opportunity. Maybe you want more out of your job, or to be your own boss. You want to get out of debt. You want to be able to travel, like I said. Whatever the reason, like this opportunity can be that part-time job with so many full-time benefits. And it's just what the level that you basically put in is what you're going to get out of it though too. So there's no like set standard. Like you can work as little or as big as you want to, and you can make it grow however you want to as well, which is really cool. So, I would just say take a few minutes and kind of think like which ones might resonate with you. It can be it could be a little bit of all of them. or it could be just one. Like you're just like, I really want to go on that vacation that you went on. Like that seems cool. So let's talk a little bit more about who can do the business. So literally anyone.
Yep.
The only criteria is that you want to become your best self in all ways, not just physical and losing weight, but you want to just build yourself. Personal development is huge, and we probably preach it all the time. I literally, at first, I did not buy into it. I'm like, what is this book stuff? Like, I don't have time to read books. I barely have time to work out. But now I listen to it, and Audible is amazing, and I can send whoever like a free book if you want. I just figured out you could do that. And then also is just you want to help others do the same. So I know for myself and probably for Laura, being in like healthcare related fields, you always want to help other people. Like you just have this innate help that you want to share, and you want to always share that with everybody. So this kind of for me just like filled over into what I do every single day is just basically patient education and wanting people to be the best versions of themselves, nutrition wise, weight wise, all of those things, and then building themselves to better, financially and things like that. And you have to just share your passions authentically. And we call it like your story, but sharing, like learning what your story is, and it can change from year to year. Last year, my story was just that I basically wanted to have my stuff paid for, because I just didn't have the extra money to spend. So that was like my story. But it's grown so much into wanting to be healthy before I have a baby, being able to know that I can lose that weight after I have a baby, knowing that I'm going to have a healthy pregnancy, because I already have these good patterns established, wanting to build this business so I can match my income and become debt-free sooner, because like I said, student loan debt is something that is real. But so many things like anxiety and depression and on all of those things, just sharing like how your journey helps you is really what it comes down to. So who can be successful at this? It's you. You're your why, you're your mission. The most successful coaches are just grounded in their missions and their purposes for becoming a coach. And like I said, that will evolve over time. That will change. Like my same why a year ago is not the same why I have today. And at first it's, it could be as simple as just wanting to help people. And for me, it was wanting to share how I felt being a migraine sufferer for almost 20 years, and how that has changed. And now it's more of the financial and being able to work from home and showing other women they can do these things. And that's going to keep you doing this business for the long term, is just showing up daily for yourself and for your business, and ultimately coming down to sharing your story, your mission, and your brand. And that's what makes this business so unique, is that no two stories are the same. Like we might have bits and pieces that are similar, but they're never exactly the same, because it's you that makes your mission. So now I'll hand it back over and we'll talk about all the like what ifs and the scary parts of the business.
The burning questions. Yeah. So the what ifs, I feel like maybe tend to hold us back than most things. And so we're going to talk about a few of those, because I'm sure we both have been there, done that with all of these.
Mm-hmm.
What if I'm not at my goal weight and I'm definitely full of anxiety and I'm a hot mess? Well, that was like the definition of me. So that is completely okay, because it's really your journey that is inspiring people. And like, we're all flawed, but what matters is like we focus on making progress each day. We don't have to be perfect each day. We're just making progress each and every day. And really that just inspires other people and shows them that if you can do it, I can do it too. And really, there is no like end destination to like what the perfect woman is, especially when it comes to like health and a fitness lifestyle. Um, and another, what if I don't have time? That is okay, because I'm pretty sure like maybe almost 100% of this business, people are full-time workers, like out like corporate America jobs, full-time moms, full-time military wives, like you name it. Like we have one of everyone, single mamas, like doing this because we show you that you can do it. And the way that we do it is filling in like our power pockets. So 10 minutes there, 20 minutes here, use your lunch break or your extra, instead of scrolling through Facebook, use that time to work in a little bit of your business. So you don't have to sit down for 2 hours at a time and work this business to be successful. And so most new coaches, they are working full time. And of course, like we will also cover this in our like new influencer mentorship. So we can show you and work with you like how to fit this business into your busy schedule. And so really you can just take it and run with it as much or as little as you want. Another what if I'm not certified? And honestly, like 99% of our coaches are not certified in nutrition or fitness or, you know, related things like that. But as long as you're qualified in like your passion and your desire to help people, you can do this. And our products and the programs, they're designed by experts. So we are super, I think, lucky in that sense. Somebody else has already done the hard work for us. We just get to show up and like show people like that we are living it, and it's based on our experience. And because we love it so much, we want to help other people with the same experience. What if I've never used your products? And that's all right. A lot of our new business partners, they don't. But if you are interested, like you can do all the research, and I would just go all in, because really the buy-in is so little. So it's investing in yourself really is what you're doing. And so the really other cool thing about our new products and programs is like every time that there's a launch, we're doing it for the first time with our clients. So that's also been a really, really cool thing that we get to do. What if I'm not good at social media?
Google it.
Yeah. Honestly, like go back to like January in my Instagram and I just want to like cover my face and run away. But it's okay.
Yep.
It really is, because we get so many teachings on how to like build our business through social media. So that's something that you'll learn. And sometimes like it's learning and growing, and sometimes you just have to try something, and then if it works, then yeah. But social media is like always changing anyway, so that's kind of another cool thing about it. But yeah, I had like maybe 200 followers at first.
Yeah.
So it's just something that grows and that you learn. And I also love it because it's such like a creative outlet that I can do new and fun things, learning and training on all sorts of social media stuff. Like there's endless trainings on it. So we got you covered there. What if I don't have a lot of friends? So people always like are asking us how we find new clients and business partners. And that's honestly just another part of the training and something that you just build upon. So what if I don't know anything about health and fitness business or owning a business? Trust me, neither did I. I didn't even know that I wanted to do this as a business. Yeah. Like I was just like, I think I even remember saying like, there's no way like I would want to run my own business. I said that probably like last year back in December. And then the next month I signed up as a coach. So honestly, it's one of those things where like sometimes you have to do a little bit of failing before you like failing forward. And so you just learn along the way. But again, we just have so much like support and trainings that just help us grow our business and like learn how to do stuff, I guess. Yeah.
The community, and that goes back to like the sisterhood. Like in some companies, you're always in competition with like your colleague, like especially like say in my eye business, I mean, you're always like, well, where's the competition? Because you know, you kind of like want to do better than them. But it's so completely different from any other business, I feel like, because it's not like that. It's like, hey, I made this training on Instagram, like here, and you give it to your entire group because you just share with them because you want them to build good businesses too. I think it's just that community of everyone building it together instead of like looking at another person as your competition. Like, no, actually this week, I reached out to a couple people on Instagram, like not realizing they had already signed up with another coach. I'm like, that's great. Like they're awesome coaches. Like, I'm so glad you are in this community. You know, it's not like,
welcome.
It wasn't like a, hey, oh my gosh, like you signed up with them. Like, no, you know, it's not like you went and got your eye exam down the road and then, you know, came for me and, you know, it's not like that at all. So, there's a couple different levels of coaching or influencing. So I'm going to just quickly go over those. So the first one is like our discount coach or our VIP customers. Basically, those people just love their products, love showing up, and love the community and the challenge groups and things like that. And they just tell their friends, like if they just say, hey, like, yeah, this is my coach, and they liked getting the discount on the products, so they keep up with it, and they just share their story. So the next would be kind of like a retail influencer. So someone who wants to just have fun, save some money, inspire people, but isn't on that road to really build a business. So kind of when I started out, like that's probably kind of where I was. And then the next step is a team building influencer. So this is whenever I like pretty much switched my gears, was back in June to this. This is someone who's committed to working, running online accountability groups, like whether it's with your coach or a success partner. You're going to continue to grow your client base, committed to growing the sisterhood and sharing the business opportunity, to empower other women to do the same thing. And most of the business builders at this point work probably like an hour to an hour and a half a day, which really, when you sit down here, like this is probably about what I do. And I actually kind of do mine like a little bit differently. So for anyone who works full time, you know, definitely we'll sit down, we'll chat. I don't mind trying to work around things with you. So there's some days where I work my business a little bit more because it took me a while to get here too. Like you'll fail forward. But I use like Mondays, and I usually bang out a ton of work on Mondays because I know my husband's at the fire hall. So I get that quiet time by myself. And instead of, you know, turning on TV and just zoning into TV, I still turn it on in the background, and I probably put Big Bang Theory on just because I watched them 100 times. So it doesn't even, it's just noise. But instead of just sitting there and vegging or scrolling Facebook, I work on my business for that time. And it's really something that is doable and possible. And with training and just learning, you'll learn that your business is up to you, and that you can make it and achieve your goals how you want to. It's just a great thing. So this is probably the part where everyone wants to know, is how you make money from it. So when you sign up as an influencer and you sign up clients, underneath you with any of our resources, you earn a 25% commission. And then as you begin growing your sisterhood, your team, you actually get team cycle bonuses. And this will eventually become a majority of your income as you continue to grow. You'll always earn the 25% from the sales. And then there's also quarterly bonuses that you can earn as you continue to grow your business. So that's something that, we can go over one-on-one with you, like once you really start growing your business. But really, the sky is the limit. It's your business and you get to build it how you want to. You earned the trips, so that's really cool. There's one big trip that happens every year, and you earn that. So I will be in, let me see, March. I'm trying to think of months in my head. In March, I earned a vacation on the cruise that's happening. So that's something really cool. I've never been on a cruise, so that should be fun. And also, as a new influencer, we talked about previously, you can earn your ticket to Summit, which is the huge training event. It's honestly, I can't even put into words. Like, I had gone to a couple other events prior to Summit, and being at Summit was like the best event ever. Just hearing the stories, like, one, it's so emotional too, so make sure you take tissues with you. But just seeing the impact and like what a coach can do, especially in the last celebration night, was just, I even get tears now just thinking about it, because it was just so like empowering. And then we have retreats. Like, we met on a leadership retreat. There's like some Saturday events. There's some like workout events and things like that. There's always things to do to kind of get to know your people, which is also fun.
Honestly, like, for years, I saw people go to these events, like Summit and things like that, and I was like, wow, how cool is that? Like, there's no way I could ever do that. Like, they must be living like this like super glamorous like lifestyle that they can go and do all these things. And then I went this year, I was like, whoa, yeah, it wasn't that hard. Like,
no, I signed up like a week before my coach and some of my teammates on in 2017.
Yep.
So I signed up like right before, and they went to New Orleans, and I'm like, I want to go to New Orleans. Like, that looks so fun. How do I do that? So when they got back, I'm like, how do I go? Like, where is it next year? Because it just looked like a fun girls trip, but you're also learning and growing and just experiencing things. That's really cool.
Exactly. Growing. That's the huge thing.
Yes.
So much growth. I could probably just spend a whole hour talking on confidence and growth alone. So
oh my gosh,
I'll do that for another video. Because that is huge. Like, even probably more than like setting up all the weight and stuff. Like,
I mean, I'll just share it
with you. Is like, I would never have done this like a year ago.
No,
I would have probably.
I know. I just have to share like the growth part real quick. This morning I woke up and I knew what was coming when I looked in my office. And at first I was like really like mad about it. I was like, man, I dropped my rank this week. Like, I'm so mad. But then, personal development is huge. So I got in the car and I listened to some Rachel Hollis Rise podcast, and it was like she was talking directly to me this morning. And I'm like, snap out of it. Like, it's okay. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Because as long as you're going to learn from this and keep moving forward and not just stay and like just quit and give up. You don't, at work, at my full-time job, I wouldn't just quit my job because something didn't go right that day. Like, I would just come home, vent about it for a minute, and then get back up and go to work the next day. Yep. So I'm like, why would I do that in my business, in this business? It's the same thing. So just learning those tools is huge.
Yep.
I can't even explain it.
It's been amazing. That's all I don't even know how to say.
Just my mindset. I think that's the biggest part that's changed throughout the whole thing.
Yep.
And just not and I didn't even think like I was that negative before.
Right.
But it's just the way that self-doubt and that talk that has changed so much.
Exactly. I'm with you, girl.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you get started if you're interested? Either if I invited you or if Tiffany invited you, reach out to us and we will chat with you and we can show you the different options that work best for you, that you can sign up with. Most of the minimum packages are around $160. And again, that's an investment into you and your health and your life. So $160, I'm pretty sure I blow that at Costco.
Yeah. So much at Costco.
So, and that really, honestly, that gets you a year of unlimited online fitness and nutrition programs. So if you break that up, that's pretty cheap compared to going to a gym that I never used. I don't want to talk about that. And it comes with all of our resources, our meal prep containers, a month of our shakes, or the performance line. Both I love and adore. And you get the new training, the influencer training. And you get to be a part of this awesome sisterhood and start building your business. So there is and then after that, there is a monthly business service fee of $15.95, and it covers all of the back office expenses.
Yeah. And just a quick memo on that, there's so many resources in the back office, they're limitless. I feel like every time I find something new that I didn't know existed.
So much good stuff.
It helps so much. When you're running your groups, everything you need to run a group is in there.
Yep.
All of the motivation and things like that. There's just so much stuff in there. And every time a new program launches, it's in there. Everything you need to know is in there somewhere. And it's just amazing that they do all of that work for us.
Yeah. We're very lucky in that way.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's very expensive. Trust me.
Yeah, it's very time consuming too, having to come up with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well,
excited.
I know. Okay. So I'm going to, sorry, my dogs are barking again. But I think that pretty much covers it. So if you have any more questions, just reach out to either of us. And we would be very, very excited to welcome you on our teams and help you reach your goals too. So,
yeah.
Talk to you soon, guys.
Awesome. Bye.